Hello everyone! I hope you're all enjoying this beautiful weather outside in your gardens at the moment and you're all staying safe. I thought it'd be nice to read you a story about a quiet night in. And this is about some of my little elephant friends. So hope you enjoy this one. "I want you all in bed early tonight," said Mrs. Large. "It's Daddy's birthday and we're going to have a quiet night in." "Can we be there too?" asked Laura. "No," said Mrs. Large. "It wouldn't be quiet with all you lot charging about the house like a herd of elephants." "But we are elephants," said Lester. "All right, smarty pants," said Mrs. Large. "Come on now, coats on. It's time for school." That evening, Mrs. Large had the children bathed and in their pyjamas before they had even had their tea. They were all very cross. "It's only 4:30, said Lester. "It's not even dark yet." "Well, it soon will be," said Mrs. Large. After tea, the children set about making place cards and decorations for the dinner table. Then they all tidied up. Then Mrs. Large tidied up again. Mr. Large arrived home looking very tired. "We're all going to bed," said Lester. "So you can be quiet," said Laura. "Without us," said Luke. "Shh," said the baby. "Happy birthday," said Mrs. Large. "Come and see the table." Mr. Large sank heavily into the sofa. "Oh, it's lovely, dear," he said. "Do you think we could have our dinner on our trays in front of the TV? I'm feeling very tired," said Mr. Large. "Of course," said Mrs. Large. "It is your birthday. You can have whatever you want." "Oh, we'll help," said Luke. The children ran to the kitchen and bought 2 trays. "I'll set them," said Mrs. Large. "We don't want everything ending up all over the floor, do we?" "Can we have a story before bed?" said Luke. "Please," said Lester. "Oh, go on, Dad," said Laura. "Just one." "Story," said the baby. "Oh, all right," said Mr. Large. "Just one." Lester chose a book and they all cuddled up on the sofa. Mr. Large opened the book and began to read. "One day, Big Key Bus drove out of the big garage. 'Hello,' he called to his friend, Mickey Milkfloat." "I don't like this one," said Laura. "It's a boy's story." "Look," said Mr. Large, "if you're going to argue about it, you could all go straight to bed without any story." So they sat and listened while Mr. Large read to them. After a while, he stopped. "Go on, Daddy," said Luke. "What happened after he bumped into Danny the dust cart?" "Did they have a fight?" said Lester. "Look," said Laura. "Daddy's asleep." "Shh," said the baby. Mrs. Large laughed. "Poor Daddy," she said. "Never mind. We'll let him have a little snooze for a bit longer while I take you all up to bed." "Will you just finish the story, Mum?" asked Lester. "We don't know what happens at the end," said Luke. "Please," said Laura. "Story," said the baby. Oh, move up then, said Mrs. Large. She picked up the book and began to read. Watch where you're going, you silly dust cart, said Binky. Just then, Pip and the police car came driving by. After a while, Mrs. Large stopped reading. What's that strange noise? Asked Lester. It's Mummy snoring, said Luke. Daddy's snoring too. They must be really tired, said Laura. Shh, said the baby. The children crept from the sofa and fetched a blanket, and they covered Mr. and Mrs. Large and tucked them in. We better put ourselves to bed. Come on, said Lester. Shall we take some food up with us? Asked Luke. It is on trays. Well, it would be a pity to waste it, said Laura. I'm sure they wouldn't mind anyway. They wanted a quiet night in. Shh, said the baby. And look, here's our little elephants traipsing up the stairs ready for bed. But it looks like they're dropping quite a lot of it along the way, doesn't it? Oh dear, never mind. I hope you enjoyed the story, A Quiet Night In. Take care and I'll see you again soon.